I love eggs. With eggs, you can do so many different things. And the more I started cooking breakfast, I started exploring a lot of different ways to cook it. You can, from the simple scrambling to poaching to creating quiche. There's so many different things you can do. So it's fair to say I love eggs. During a work trip, I took aside a couple of days off to go to Jerusalem. And while I was walking through this busy market, I found this pastry shop where they had this pastry looking stuff and it had an egg on it. I was like, I want to try that. It was an explosion of flavors. It's just not just the egg, but it had a lot of their local spices added to it and fresh vegetables that adds to the pop. And visually it was so beautiful. So I explored what it is and I learned it's a galette. It has French origins, but with an Israeli twist. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. This was a famous quote by Peter Drucker, and it's very apt since we are talking about my love for breakfast and recipes for cookbooks. So what's the recipe for good culture? Just like cooking, it's better to keep it simple, and it starts with the ingredients. Getting the right ingredients makes a big difference between success or failure when it comes to a dish. Same thing goes for company culture, hiring the right people with the right mindset. That's an art and a science in itself. How do you ensure that you not only attract, identify, but recruit, inspire, and retain them? Second thing is, just like in a beautiful dish, you should be able to identify each ingredient that's out there. Similarly, in a good culture, the employees should be able to find their niche and still shine together. The third thing is the dish is going with a singular purpose of accomplishing something. Similarly, the team together is working towards a singular goal. The key thing is collaborating and working together to accomplish that one single objective. And a culture should ensure that. We believe in creating that wow element, and that wow element comes from actually our ingredients who are able to do something. And that makes it not just a good culture, but a culture that actually can inspire and move others to action. During the pandemic, people are sharing recipes, and I think somebody said, why not make a cookbook? And our marketing team said, this is great. And they said, look, these are things we could do. That provided the framework and then a venue for all the employees to express a creative side of them and be vulnerable. Everybody, including the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar company, is at home cooking and eating at home. And we thought, why not send them a bunch of recipes from the employees they interact with? So that was the motivation, and we believe that by the time when we send this cookbook to a lot of people, it'll shift the conversation, it'll show the human side of us, and it'll also show to them that we care, and also something useful. Maybe they like a few recipes from that, and that becomes their favorite recipes.